Good morning, everyone. The first part of my presentation is going to be on the 210 permit. That's 30 Texas Administration Code 210, subchapter E. Is use of industrial wastewater and some of its requirements. That particular permit does not take the place of a Texas pollutant elimination, discharge elimination system permit, whether it's a general permit or individual wastewater permit. It's just an alternate permit that allows you to reuse, process, or wastewater by land application. And the second part of my presentation is going to be on services that small business and local government assistance program offers to our business community. The use of industrial reclaimed wastewater. And the reason that I decided to discuss that particular permit, it started when I got a call from a local car wash that was investigated by one of our local programs. And this particular car wash was outside of a publicly owned treatment works or wastewater treatment facility. And they got him from discharging his wastewater. And it was out a general permit or individual wastewater permit. And normally, TCQ does not have a specific permit for a car wash or a carpet cleaning operation or a car wash, power wash, or a carpet cleaning operation. There's not a specific permit. You can operate under an individual permit, but for the most part, we're going to send you guys back to the local program, to the publicly owned treatment works or your wastewater treatment facility for proper authorization. In this case, he was outside the publicly owned treatment works facility, so I investigated further and found out that he could still stay in business and operate under the 210E permit. Again, that's an alternate permit. His first primary cause is to collect his water and dispose of it, which can be pretty costly. But if he followed the requirements under this 210E, he could use it for irrigation purposes, and that's what that local car wash facility ended up doing. There is ongoing sampling of his processed water. If he exceeds certain limits, then he has to collect and dispose. But if the limits are under the threshold, then he can use it for irrigation. So we're going to just kind of review some of the requirements of that particular permit. Again, car washes and carpet cleaning. First, I'm going to refer you to your MS4, your publicly owned treatment works, to get registration under them. If you're not in that area or you decide that you can't get a permit from them, you can try to see if you can get it under the 210 permit. There's different levels of authorization. There's what we call level 1, there's level 2 authorization. There's ongoing documentation that you have to maintain. Ongoing sampling and monitoring requirements, operating requirements, and record keeping and reporting. What does a 210E permit allow you to do? It allows you to use your wastewater, processed water, your dirty water by land application. And there are certain requirements, there are certain specific items for land application, whether it's for irrigation, whether it's for dust suppression, fire protection, so on and so forth. We will cover those in a few minutes. The two levels of authorization is level 1 and level 2. If you sample your wastewater and find out it's on level 1, that means there's no authorization is required by TCEQ. Again, we're going to turn you over to your locally owned public work, your local wastewater treatment facility. But from us, you would not need any authorization from us. Now, if your water comes out to be a level 2 authorization, then you definitely have to get a permit under the 210E. This table here is the illustrates what parameters need to be checked and what are the threshold levels, which is the critical limits, and what is the minimum analytical limits. MAL is the lowest concentration that a laboratory will analyze your wastewater. But but you basically go on the threshold limit, and those are the parameters that will be checked if you send a sample into a accredited laboratory. This particular local car wash that got authorization under the 210E, he became out, his water was tested to be a level 2 authorization. And what happened in his permit that was processed and sent back to him, there were certain parameters and threshold limits that he could not exceed. If he exceeded those limits at that time, he could not irrigate. He would have to still collect and dispose of his water, which can be costly. But you can only irrigate if the levels are under these thresholds here, or the thresholds is in the permit. Again, a level 1 authorization does not require authorization from us, but you would have to contact your local wastewater treatment facility. So you're in their hands. But of course, if your water comes out to be a level 1, no authorization is required from the state, TCEQ. But still in all, if you're level 1 and you want to reuse that water, again, it has to be a beneficial use. There's certain uses that you can use that water for. And a beneficial use list in the rule, listed in the rule, and the wastewater proposed for reuse is listed in the rule. And the facility has a primary method of disposal, which is also listed in that rule. That primary method is either under industrial permit, a wastewater permit, or you want to collect and haul it off. These are the levels of, these are some of the levels of wastewater streams, such as condensate either from an air conditioner, compressor, steam, etc. Wastewater from whole fruits and vegetables, non-contact cooling water is cooling water that hasn't come in contact with any pollutants. Wash water from exterior buildings and pavements without detergent. Cooling water blow down that has a total dissolved solids less than 2,000 milligrams per liter, and wastewater with measured effluent concentrations less than the thresholds that's listed on the table that you just saw earlier. Primary method of disposal for level 1. Discharge authorization is the Texas Pollutant Discharge Elimination Permit. It's either an individual permit or a general wastewater permit. Or you're going to route it to a publicly owned treatment works that can be contracted through a hauler or through a sanitary sewer system, which are in the local program's hands, or demonstrate ability to recycle wastewater in a manner that does not discharge to any of the waters of the state. Level 1 authorization end uses. These are the end uses, either irrigation, including landscape, maintenance of impoundment, fire protection, or dust suppressant. So if you have a site that you are disposing of wastewater, if you're going to operate under the 210E permit, it must have one of these end uses. Level 2, when is authorization required? Wastewater containing levels of pollutants, which exceeds the threshold table that we showed you earlier. Wastewater containing any amount of domestic wastewater. It's called commingling, mixing with domestic water. The proposed end use is not on site. And the proposed end use is not listed in the rule, and the primary disposal method is not listed in the rule. Level 2 compliance requirements. The producer is responsible for all sampling of reused wastewater. If the sample exceeds the threshold level in the table, the authorization of the producer must use primary method of disposal instead of reuse. So if that particular local car wash wastewater exceeds, if the parameters of that wastewater exceeds what's on the table that I showed you earlier, he cannot use it for irrigation. He must collect and haul the water off as normal, which is his primary method of disposal. And then additional treatment is not an option. You can't treat the water and then try to use it for irrigation or dust suppressant. That's not allowed. Who does not need coverage? Internal and providing reclaimed water to another facility or industry for makeup wastewater. And if there's any questions, or I will take questions regarding 210E now. Also, there's our guru at TC keeps Trex canes, that's tray canes, and this is his contact number. If you want to ask some more detailed questions regarding 210E permit, at this time I'll take some questions. Are there any questions regarding the 210E permit? Okay, I'm going to move on to discuss our SBLGA program, our Small Business and Local Government Assistance program. This is our organization chart. You can't see it, but we're kind of located up in the upper right corner, and all the other departments that's below us, they communicate with us, they do referrals to us, as well as some of the local programs in this area, such as the City of Houston, Harris County, Galveston County Health District. A lot of the local environmental programs refer customers to us that got in trouble and they need help to reach compliance. This is all confidentially and free, and basically we assist small businesses, and small businesses are businesses that has less than 100 employees worldwide and independently owned. Our commission statement is the same as our enforcement side: clean air, clean water, and best management of waste. Our goal is the same as our enforcement section. The difference is that you can't get in trouble by working with us. Everything is confidential and free. This is our organization chart. We're under small business environmental assistance. We had 2 sections under our program. It was pollution prevention and education, which is now just education, and then the small business and local government assistance program, which is us. And we pretty much do what our title says we do. We assist small business confidentially and free. SBLG customers, these are some of our customers. Either we get referrals from businesses or from industries, call us for assistance. We assist small local governments, and then other divisions and agencies also call upon us as well. It could be someone from the health department may call us, or someone from OSHA may ask us a question, and so we kind of communicate and keep a relationship open for other agencies to call us. We have 16 regional offices throughout Texas. There's usually 1 to 2 compliance specialists, as a person like myself, compliance specialists that actually assist small businesses and small local governments. Austin is our headquarters, so we have the bulk of our compliance specialists are located in Austin. But there's usually 1 to 3 out in the regional offices throughout Texas. Again, our services that we provide to small businesses and industries is free, confidential. And what I mean by that, if we got a referral from the City of Houston and you wanted our help, and maybe it's a waste issue, but if we come and visit your site and see that you're in trouble with water or air, we want to go back and tell them that you're also in trouble with those things. We'll provide you guidance or assistance to reach compliance. We won't report it back to even our enforcement. So that's what we mean by confidential. And we also offer one-on-one help, or we have a lot of useful tools that we also provide to our business community. And some of those tools will be like publications, or we have a paper called The Advocate that lists all new policies and rule changes that are about to take place for various industries. A lot of those publications are provided to you as well. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. Again, definition for a small business is 100 employees or fewer worldwide or independently owned. Now, sometimes we do get calls from large businesses wanting our help. We don't turn anyone away. We rather direct you to another department that can assist you. But the bulk of our customers are what we call small businesses and small local governments.